All eyes on me. All eyes on me. All eyes on me. All eyes on me.
The Newcastle Jets hosted Western Sydney Wanderers at number 2 Sports Ground, with both sides looking to position themselves in the top 6 if they could pick up all 3 points. It was a milestone game for Lauren Allen as she brought up her 100th game in the Ninja A-League in a squad that only contained one change, with Kelly Brown coming into the 11, whilst the Wanderers brought last round's match winner Olivia Price into their starting lineup.
Hooks saw the press coming from Copus Brown. Newcastle through Ayres, straight at Karmas. Briefly come back onto the pitch last week. In the meantime, it's 11 versus 10, and the Jets are trying to capitalise here. Into the traffic, Copus Brown struck the ball without the necessary force to beat all the Wanderers players back. Moving back to Europe, she has been on the books of Aston Villa. As Buchanan plays it back past to Karmas. Kelly Brown has not been afraid to press the keeper today and very nearly won the lottery. Clearing high. Caspers, a little nod to keep the ball in. Oh, and Wilson's going to cough it back up. Caspers tried to shoot on sight. Copus Brown, a driven corner beyond the back post and beyond everyone. Cass Davis, second ball back in. And in the milestone game, it is a perfect outcome for Lauren Allen. Nodding in on the end of the second ball. Harrison on delivery from both sides. Hooks up and wants a third corner in a row here. Cern's pass, Harrison round the corner. Tried to change the pace of the attack by striking that ball first time. Instead, it's Newcastle coming back in the other direction. Ayres sets Brown away. And Brown striking first time. Not seen much of this so far from Wanderers passing the ball around their back line. They're often a direct team, and well, you can understand because the number of times Newcastle have won the ball back high has caused them real headaches. However, they are on the move here. Sonny, forward she goes. Kim So-Yun resists the urge to shoot, passes to Price. Price keeps the relay going. Matos saved away by Leet, and the follow-up from Caspers is blocked. Well played by Josie Wilson to block the follow-up. Did feel like the halftime break came at a bad time for Western Sydney as they got into their groove and were starting to attack more frequently. Caspers isolated against Wilson. Now defenders arrive in support. Price free as a bird in the box. Oh, what a chance for Price. It's deflected wide for a corner. Page. Collins, the two subs linking up. Dundas. Confident sidestep to keep the ball away from Harrison and then releasing over to Josie Allen, who's jagging in from the wing. Josie Allen had a one-track mind there. I think the intent was to shoot. Hooks. Goes to the right flank. Matos. Great touch. Nsard opened up the game. Sonny back to Nsard. Dundas snapping at the heels. Nsard! Well, there's real bravery in this youngster, and Alyssa Nsard had to go, but the shot just kept rising. As we tick into stoppage time at the end of the match. Copus Brown with a drifter that still requires a save. It was bending back on target. Sham Karmas able to rake it in. But the clock is now Western Sydney's enemy. They've got 6 minutes. But truth be told, they haven't exactly been getting closer to an equaliser as this second half has gone on. Here's a chance. Unbelievable save. Melina Reyes is foiled in spectacular fashion. Sham Karmas, take a bow. It's the best ever start to a Ninja A-League season for the Newcastle Jets. Lauren Allen's goal in her 100th game is the difference. And a thrilling end-to-end match, amazingly, only delivered us the one goal. It was competitive, it was physical, it was everything we love about the Ninja A-League. Lauren Allen leaves as the hero in a game that had plenty of them. And the Wanderers leave empty-handed, while Newcastle will wonder how they didn't run up the score as the game went on. It's finished. Newcastle Jets 1, Western Sydney Wanderers 0.
Canberra hosted Perth Glory at McKellar Park, with the team from the nation's capital desperate to kickstart their season after only picking up a single point from their opening 3 games. The girls from the West were also hoping to turn their fortunes around, following 2 straight losses after an opening round win. Anthony Jagranak made 3 changes to his side, with Elizabeth Anton, Sienna Dale and Beth Gordon all starting for Canberra, while Stephen Peters also made some wholesale changes, with Bronte True, Gabby Holler, Charlie Wainwright all added to the 11 for the Glory.
Here is Gordon.
Turn and go. Get out of there, Scott. Excellent.
And now, Policino, early delivery. Heyman, well, what a start that is for Canberra. And it's the speed that does the damage. Policino down the left. Heyman finishes for the 121st time in the Ninja A-League, and it's 1-0. We'll see whether Gordon is going to go long here. The header is a good one, and it's over the line, and Canberra have a 2-0 lead. Emma Robers is absolutely loving it. A goal scorer last season in her first year with Canberra. She's got another one this year, and it is a dream start in the capital. So Tova with the set piece. Judy, it's a great delivery.
The question doesn't need to be whether or not that's a corner. That has to be on target.
And look at that from Heyman. Just scoops it up and over the top for Grove and Dale. And starting debut. Dallas Day had to scramble for it. Canberra, they just feel like they could almost kill Perth Glory off with a 3rd goal. Oh, now Taylor Young with a poor giveaway. Badawia turning, shooting straight into the breadbasket of Sally James. But Canberra just struggling to find the passes. McKenna on the right to start the season, but she's been more in the midfield today. They get these more accurately, and that is what Johnson does here, and very nearly results in Perth's opening goal. And it's somewhat of an eyebrow raiser when you see an import coming off the bench. So a point to prove here for Hawkins, and here are more problems. Bethany Gordon driving it through into the net of Dallas Day, and Canberra get their 3rd, and it was coming because the Perth midfield has just disappeared. And this is the delivery. Robers, well, could she be after a double? I think Robers has blocked a teammate's shot. Heyman tried to get the header off of the back post. It was pinball in the box. So bombs on Cam. Deep in the vicinity of Chinamar. And again, set pieces not quite convincing in this second half. It's taken till round 4, but Canberra, that off the mark in season 18 of the Ninja A-League. Their first win of the season. And wasn't it comprehensive right from the outset? Michelle Heyman opening the scoring after 3 minutes. Emma Rovers after 8, it was 2-0. And then Bethany Gordon sealing the deal in the second half for a 3-0 win. Too much speed, too much tenacity for the visitors today. Josie Olasino, a standout for Canberra United. And Perth Glory now, after winning on the opening day of the season, have now lost 3 straight matches, and they are in a world of hurt right now because this is probably the most disappointing of their performances so far. Full time at McKellar Park. Canberra United 3, Perth Glory 0.
Melbourne Victory travelled to Potarua Park to take on Wellington Phoenix on Sunday afternoon. The Knicks were on a 7-game winless run and were hoping to turn their fortunes around against a Victory side who had 10 wins from their last 11 regular season games. Beth Priestman made one change, bringing Mania Elliott into her starting 11, whilst Jeff Hopkins went into the match with an unchanged squad from last round's win.
Knicks going from right to left in this first half, and it's Victory immediately on the attack. Ball into that penalty area. And the first shot is just wide of Essen's left-hand post.
Helped by Claudia Bunge, of course, at the back. Solid in defence, along with Kayla Morrison.
It's a real battle on that left-hand side for the Phoenix, and they've done well. Here's an opportunity, and a shot! Oh, what a good save! What a good save by Courtney Newbon, and she needed to. Certainly see what they're missing, can't they, the Wellington Phoenix, but they'll come forward now, looking for Vlock on this left-hand side. What's Vlock got? Taking on McMeekin. Does well, gets the cross in, and it's cleared away, but the pressure can stay on Victory because this is Jale. Out wide, Mania Elliott puts the cross in all the way across the face of goal! And the Phoenix have the lead! What a goal that is! 38 minutes on the clock, and Phoenix lead here. 1-0.
American import for this Victory side has been very quiet.
With a good ball to Elliott, who's going to go for a goal! Side netting. Oh, so close. Pia Vlock, 17-year-old, and the second half is back in action. Be a fascinating 45 now to see who will take the spoils. Once again, an early chance in this second period, and goodness me, it was Emma Main, just didn't get enough purchase of it and didn't steer it either side of the goalkeeper. 22-year-old Alana Janchevsky standing over the ball then. Here it comes. Janchevsky is low, and Essen makes the save. Morrison, oh, nice little flick backwards, and here come Victory. Good turn from Policina. Policina will go for goal. Essen watches that one, but she really fancies it, doesn't she? Policina, any opportunity she gets, she'll go for goal. Needs a better delivery. Into the 6-yard box it goes. Ball is loose inside that penalty area, and it's Bunge who hits it over the crossbar. That was close.
Good opportunity for the Melbourne Victory side.
but it's over and behind for a goal kick. As they try to get this equaliser. Here comes the free kick. Essen starts to come. It's gone up and over the crossbar. And who did it come off there? The referee says it came off a Victory player. And so it's a goal kick. And there is the full-time whistle. Priestman's Bevolution has delivered what no Phoenix coach has ever done. A win against Melbourne Victory, and against a Victory outfit that came in with 10 wins from their last 11. Pia Vlok's goal wins the game, and she's the hero. It's finished. Wellington Phoenix 1, Melbourne Victory 0.
Defending champion Central Coast Mariners headed to Leichhardt Oval to take on Sydney FC. The Mariners were looking to bounce back after consecutive defeats, whilst the Sky Blues had their sights set on continuing their unbeaten start to the season. Ante Juric stuck with the same squad from last week's win over Perth, whilst Corey Babington brought Annabelle Martin, Annalise Rasmussen and Isabel Gomez into his starting 11.
With Martin. Hunter had her eyes up, decides to go for the strike, and had to take something strong from Sarah Langman to pounce on that ball in the end. Of course, the goal scorer, Bianca Garlish, the first one. Riley Tanner set her up, and of course, Tanner scoring one of her own 17 minutes later. Martin now looking up. Rasmussen rising high. Was always floating off target. Flag was up. DeCipio taking on one and the other, goes for a shot, not a bad one. Was always sailing over, had the power behind it. Hunter's really high lofty delivery. Langman punches it out. Casa brings it back in, it goes behind the back. Hawkesby on the bounce. Bart Gray the last to connect, so the first Sydney corner of the evening.
Neither team really dealt very well with this.
Likely will be the longest you'll play so far in the 2025-26. The long ball in, had to be headed clear. Not quite over the line. Turner Robertson goes down. The foul is called against her, but that was a really strong opportunity for the Mariners.
Great ball in there from Quilligan.
Wins the ball off balance, right to the feet of Ukirkle. Ukirkle will go for the strike, and always drifting wide. Had to wait for the run. Casper's doing well. Ukirkle. Opportunity here for Sydney, straight at Langman. Well, Sydney have looked alive to start this second half. Bauman. Dealt with by Pearson. Now Fuller, can she create some magic here? And it's a wonderful save from Tiana Robertson. Hunter. Timoth. Talanenica. Looking to place it in. Skips past. Eventually, Barrett Gray just does enough. Caspers goes for the shot. Caspers goes for the spectacular! And Sydney have broken the deadlock! Well, it was a fantastic goal. Just reward for the play that we've seen from her today.
What a strike it was.
Another long distance one there as well. King. Pass the track back to then take the follow-up. Tries to put it back in the mixer. Barman. Hamerick. Could see the run of Talon Henniker. Caspers is still running. Talon Henniker, and just skids off the top of the crossbar.
It's half expecting Talon Henniker to go towards the corner flag and run down the clock, but she wants to get on the score sheet, I think.
Or at least, very least, she assists to her name. Farrow. Lemon. Just enough in Barrett Gray. Farrow chests it down, brings it inside, keeps the ball at her feet. Prakash, Avani Prakash squares it in and wins the corner at the very least. And we're deep into injury time now. Of course, when Gomez went down, we've added some time on. All players swinging forward, brought in, but just falls short. Garlish knows the time is on her side. And the final whistle will blow here at Leichhardt Oval. And Sydney FC will take home all 3 points. It was an extremely tough affair in all areas of the pitch. But of course, Maddie Caspers, the difference between these two. It was a mighty, mighty game. Both teams really pushing out for the win. In the end, it was Caspers in the 76th minute. Saw plenty of changes from both teams early, but at the end of the 90 minutes, it is Sydney FC 1, Central Coast Mariners 0.
At the end of the round, Sydney FC's win takes them top of the table on 8 points, followed closely by Newcastle, Melbourne Victory and Brisbane, with the Jets and the Roar having played 1 less match so far. The Wanderers, Mariners and Glory are all on the foot of the table on 3 points. Meanwhile, Melbourne City's participation in the Asian Women's Champions League means they have only played 2 games so far and currently sit mid-table. We'll catch you all next weekend.